Good morning, guys. So, it's been quite a while since I did a vlog, so I figured it was time. Be a good opportunity for me to go over, I guess, plans for what's going to be upcoming for 2021. It's a new year. I know we're already into February, but going to be some big things happening, big changes, some decisions that my wife and I made. So I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching, for following along. And then just going to run with this. So a couple things that have happened. I hit 500 subscribers, so that's pretty cool. I'm hoping to, keep that going and hit 1,000 one day and maybe 10,000 and who knows after that. I do have a bit of bad news to report. So we lost one of our baby girl hens, one of the younger group of pullets. We were going over to a neighbor's house, and I had the run open. I had the hens were all out in the yard, which I've been letting them do now that the fencing is done. I didn't really think much about it. We were gone for about an hour or so, and the dogs got to the chickens. So I don't really know, which dog it was. And the chickens were not destroyed, because I've heard stories about people's dogs getting to their chickens and the chickens are just shredded, basically. This one, I think most likely what happened was the new pup, the new baby girl pup, probably got excited, started chasing them, and then Skull and Hati joined in, and one of them, I'm assuming was Skull, but I don't know, was basically just chewing on them. So the chickens didn't really there was no blood really. I think they were just, like I said, just chewed on. So when we got, back from the neighbors, there was one that was dead. Again, no bite marks, nothing like that. I think either just shock or, maybe crushed from being chewed on. I don't know. And then there's another one of the hens that, has a bit of a limp. Today's the next day. This was yesterday when this happened. And they were all pretty shaken up. I could tell, it was, I'm sure, very traumatic for them. But they're all, out and about. They are out in the run, came out of the coop this morning. So hoping that they recover. But yeah, we are down one hen now. So I guess that's just kind of life on the farm. When you have animals and you take care of them, and this was my fault. I should have never left them out of the run with the dogs when we weren't here, because I saw that kind of happen before, except I was here to stop it. When the pup got excited chasing the little ones. The big hens, they don't run. They stand up to the dogs. They don't run. The little hens were still a little skittish. So if one of the dogs started chasing them, they would run. It just gets the dogs more excited. So anyway, got that bit of bad news out of the way. So I probably will end up getting another hen or, two, I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to keep, 10 hens, at least. So moving on. Some of the other things that are going on is, we made the decision that we're not going to be able to, I guess, have the money or get the money to develop our big property like my original plans were. So those of you that, maybe haven't seen the videos in the beginning, we also have a 20-acre property, which is where we were planning to build, a house and the farm and a workshop and all that. So we made the decision that we're going to just focus on this property here, which is I'm on a 2-acre lot in Fern Acres in Mountain View, Hawaii. So this is what is considered a spaghetti lot. So the lots are really long and skinny. It's basically about 100 feet wide, and then it's 865 feet long, somewhere in that range. So what's going to happen is the money that we were, planning to use or going to use to try and develop the other farm, we're basically going to develop this property into a farm. So what's going to happen is the back, I don't know, 450 feet or so, we're going to open it all up, and then that's where I'm going to start my coffee orchard. So it'll basically be about a 1-acre farm. Really? Trying to record here. So we're going to open up the back of the property. We'll end up probably having Taylor back here, which he did the original grubbing on this area, which is now where the garage is going to be and the chicken coop is and the run. So, and he went quite a ways back too, another probably 100 feet or 150 feet beyond where the fence line is. So we will most likely have Taylor back, and we'll start with cutting a road, and then getting to the back of the property, and then opening it up basically from property line to property line. So we're going to open it up completely, so it'll be 100 feet wide, and then like I said, it's going to be from the back property line about 400 to 450 feet. I have to see, because I'm not sure exactly how far back it's cleared right now. I know that our house is about 180 feet from the road. So where I'm sitting now by the chicken run, I'm probably about 250 feet, I guess, into the property. And then what is cleared is probably another 200 feet beyond that. So that's like 550 or so, or sorry, 450, which is roughly halfway of the entire length of the property. So it may end up that that back space will all get opened up as part of it. We'll have to wait and see once we start getting, once we find the boundaries and, we locate our back pins, and then we basically just do our measurements off that. So we're going to open up all that, and I'm going to start developing it and prepping it to plant coffee. And what I've calculated so far, I think I'm going to be able to put in about 200 coffee trees roughly. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting in about 2 rows of coffee, and then I'm going to put in a row of, like ulu, and then I'm going to put 2 rows of coffee, and then I'm going to put in a row of, some other plant, avocado. Then I'll do 2 rows. So I'm going to set it up like that. So this is going to be more like a agroforestry orchard. It's not going to be straight just coffee. I want to have a bunch of other stuff in there. So definitely ulu is going to be one of them. Avocados will be one. We're going to be doing some Madre de Cacao, which is the mother of chocolate. It's another tree, which is Glyceria, or I can't remember the actual name of it. But basically, it is a tree that you use that gives shade to cacao trees. So basically, you plant one of those, and then around the base of it, you can plant, a dozen or so cacao trees, and then you do the next one. So I will have plans, of course, once we actually get to this point, and once we start doing that. I expect this stuff to start happening in the next month or so. Maybe we'll start working on it. The other big thing that's going to be happening is that I'm going to start moving ahead with building my shop and garage, which and a lot of the previous videos you saw, which is on the other side of the camera over here, there's kind of a pad built up. I have my retaining wall that's next to the catchment tank. So that area is going to end up being the garage shop area, and then where I'm sitting here is going to be the driveway that's going to be going to the shop, which is a continuation of the driveway coming up, you know, from the gate. So that is going to end up being, I'm going to have to be getting some rock delivered, some material, and build up this pad, level it out really nicely. Then I can start building forms, and then I'm going to be pouring a slab. The garage itself is going to end up being 20 feet by 30 feet. So if your structure is under 680 square feet, I believe it is, it doesn't have to be permitted. If you are not doing any water or like I'm not putting in a bathroom or anything like that, then it doesn't have to be permitted. I'm not saying that I won't add a bathroom in there. We'll see what's going to happen with that, because I have to think about that when I do that, because if I'm going to have a slab, I have to put in the, you know, the piping for that when I do the slab. As well as in some of the previous prep videos, you saw that I have piping that's coming from the house and is buried, and I'm bringing that over to where the garage is going to be. In that piping, there is going to be a, I think I have a 3-inch electrical conduit, and I have a 1/2-inch electrical conduit, which is going to be for networking cable. And then I have a 3-inch ABS, which is going to be to run water. The water right now is going to just be to put a hose bib on the corner of the shop. So those previous videos, I think I've made about 3 videos already for the garage prep, which the very first one was kind of, I think, just doing the you know, the pad itself. So I'm going to be moving forward with that, and you'll start seeing more videos for that coming out. The biggest jump, of course, is going to be the slab. The slab itself, I'm guessing, is going to cost in the range of $5,000, somewhere around there. I'm going to try and do as much of it myself as I can, prepping the pad, getting the pad leveled out, and then hopefully building the forms. I want to try to do all that myself. When it does get to the point where we're ready for concrete, of course I'm going to have concrete delivered for that. I'm not going to be trying to mix up, you know, 150 bags of concrete in my little mixer. Not that that couldn't be done, but I would end up spending way more money than just having it delivered. So at that point, I will probably have someone come in to give me a hand. I have actually already contacted a guy. He came out and basically gave me a quote for adding a slab into the carport, which is another thing that we're going to be, you know, getting that done hopefully soon. We'll see what happens with the tax return, if we get money back from that. Other than that, that's going to be the big things that will be happening this year. I imagine that's probably going to take 6 months to get both of those done. The garage shop build and clearing and prepping the fruit forest or agroforestry orchard. I'll have to think of a snappy name for it. And then beyond that, the next big project that we're going to be looking at doing is going to be building a lanai, which is a porch basically. So the front side of the house, which is where the dog's previous running area was before I completed all the fencing, we're going to be building a fairly large deck out there, covered deck with the roof and everything. It's going to end up being, I believe, about 20 feet along the length of the house, and then it's going to go out about 12 feet. So that'll be a pretty big project as well. But that is basically going to be everything for this year. Really? You're always my noisy hen. That one's always super vocal. She complains when she's in the coop, when she's out of the coop, when she's in the run, when she's out of the run. The only time she's happy is when she's eating grass. Anyway, so that is going to be my plans for this year. What's going to be happening. And I'm sure there will probably be some other little projects happening along the way. So yeah, that's it. Just wanted to do another vlog to give another update of what's happening, what's going on. In my last videos, you know, you saw the fencing basically being completed. The only thing that I really have left to do on the fencing is to trim the T-posts down. I've already trimmed all of the wooden posts, trimmed those down with the exception of that one back corner up here because I haven't put the cross beams in there yet. So, which is not going to happen until after the garage is built and that little section gets backfilled. So yeah, mosquito. So anyway, I hope that was some good news and some sad news about our, you know, our little hen that died. But anyway, that's going to be what's going to be coming up on my channel and what's going to be going forward in the projects. And they are going to be some pretty big projects. So hopefully it'll be plenty of content and I can keep it, you know, interesting for you guys. So again, you know, the whole purpose of this channel for me is just documenting everything that we're doing here and, you know, moving here, getting the house the way we want it. And down the road, you know, we're still wanting to develop big property and build, you know, our own house from scratch and all that. So that's just going to probably be a couple years down the road now. So we'll see. Yeah, but that's it. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And I know there's a lot of people that watch my videos that are not subscribed because when you look in the analytics of the videos, you can see the number of views, and the number of views are, you know, 80-something% are non-subscribers. So if you guys would please subscribe, I'd appreciate it. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you on the next video. Aloha.